What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com, the hype, the football episode. The championship games are here. Super Bowl's right around the corner, and it's going to be over here in sunny Levi Stadium, where our new shop, well, it's our old shop, but we took over the other side of the building. We're going to have a grand opening February 6th. Lots of prizes. PSA is going to have some specials. So be sure to check that out if you're going to be in the Santa Clara Bay Area and you're headed down to the Super Bowl. Come by and say hi because it's going to be an insane event on February 6th, the Friday before the Super Bowl. Also, if you guys want to get into some breaks, use code PLAYOFF10 for 10% off at Mojobreak.com. Get into all those upcoming releases. Prism football's around the corner. We've got Bowman Draft still breaking. We've got F1 coming out this week. So get into some breaks. Get that next big hit at Mojobreak.com. I barely made it here, guys. I got some soft tissue issues with the EMF,
Sure.
Climbing up the stairs now. I mean, I may pop an ACL. If you guys don't know the tinfoil hat conspiracy about the Levi Stadium practice facility for the 49ers.
I definitely wouldn't have a tinfoil hat on anywhere near that place.
That's true.
That's a good call. Yeah.
Yeah, then you're going to have maybe a traumatic brain injury. But, yeah, I mean.
Maybe in a bubble? Like the Jake Gyllenhaal classic Bubble Boy?
Like a hamster ball.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's the Jake Gyllenhaal movie. There was also a John Travolta movie years ago.
You remember
Boy in the Bubble?
Remember American Gladiators?
Sure. Yeah.
And you
same thing.
Yeah, you I don't remember what it was called, but you were in a bubble and you had to get to the different stations. And
Yes.
Yes.
I want to try that.
That might be the way to go to the next. If you're going to the Super Bowl, maybe go in a bubble.
Or if you go to a fair, you'll see those little hamster balls that are in water. And they put kids in there, and they can basically run on water.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was a tough weekend. Biggest playoff margin of loss in the last decade for the 49ers. Yeah. Not surprising, but, I got to give a shout-out to my guys that they held it through. I mean, Saleh and Shanahan, working with a house of sticks there at the end. It was about to crumble at any moment, and it did in a big way. And shout out to Seattle. That team is ferocious on defense. But we're going to talk a little buy, sell, or hold with these quarterbacks today. We also have that Guess That Price, which I'm assuming is centered around these football quarterbacks.
Going to be centered around
football of some sorts.
Maybe some the players that we are already saying goodbye to that are already entering the offseason. That's sort of the theme.
Okay.
For our Guess That Price is as we now have a full look at the season they had and what we have to look forward to for them for next year.
Yeah, feel free to chime in on our posts on Instagram or on this video below if you're on YouTube. And thanks for those that listen to the audio version on all of our audio podcast networks as well. But with four quarterback stand. Obviously, some of these are better than the others. But we've got Sam Darnold, Drake Maye, Matt Stafford, and Jarrett Stidham. So, there's only one quarterback that's actually on their original rookie card that's on this picture that are on the same team as their rookie card would display, and that would be Mr. Drake Maye. So that has something to play into it, I'm sure, when we talk about buy, sell, or hold. And it's going to be an interesting Super Bowl because I don't know if the NFL wants these teams in the Super Bowl. Maybe they want the Rams, but I'm not so sure that the other ones were on the docket for most exciting.
Yeah.
Let's have the ratings go crazy matchup.
You can still sell the Patriots, I feel like.
And the Broncos.
And the Broncos, sure.
It's really
Broncos are going to be a tougher sell now.
I mean, I hate to say this. The Rams probably are not the darlings. Actually, neither team in the NFC, at least as far for ratings, NFL is probably pretty bummed.
I mean, Rams are still the LA market.
But I even feel like the Bears wouldn't have been a great.
Oh, see, I disagree.
I don't know.
I think ideally something like a rematch of the '85 Super Bowl, where it's like Bears Patriots, they could sell that really easily.
Yeah,
another
Bears,
Super Bowl shuffle,
cardiac Bears, all that, and Chicago would go.
I mean,
bonkers.
yeah, Bears Bills.
Bills would have
been one that I think the NFL would have liked.
Would have saved us would have saved humanity. Truly, Bears and Bills would have been nice.
Yeah. At some point, one of these NFC West teams is going to be playing at their opponent's stadium in Levi Stadium.
I mean, there's a good chance that an NFC West foe of the Niners lifts up the Lombardi Trophy
I'll just say it now.
at Levi Stadium.
50% chance, yeah.
I know that the Rams have not looked as good offensively the last couple of games, especially. But also.
I agree. Fire McVay.
It was
Just get rid of him.
It was also cold as hell in Chicago. It's not usually the type of weather they're used to playing.
The media really wanted to talk about weather.
I get it. And look, when it's snowing like that, and then also when there's any break in the action and the training staff runs out, puts the big jackets on the Rams, and then the Bears are just sitting there just like, all right, we're just waiting.
Well, the funny thing about that is
and they won,
that Matt Stafford has probably played more cold weather games than Caleb Williams, but it wasn't.
True.
They didn't talk about Caleb Williams not being experienced in the weather.
That's a good point.
The guy played at USC. He couldn't be farther from a cold weather stadium than USC. I'm sure he played on the road somewhere that was cold, and I don't know where he grew up. Is he an LA kid? I
believe so.
Yeah. So yeah, why was there any question that this guy's in his at most
for the last
30th game?
Last 6 weeks of the season, it's been pretty cold, and he's been at home, and
But Matt Stafford's played since the leather helmet days. But
he's got
a lot of experience.
He played in the friendly confines dome of the Lions.
Ford Field, yeah.
Ford Field.
He played in Chicago once a year for 9 years.
And Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams played for Green Bay.
But we all saw the analytics doesn't fare well in cold weather games.
Yeah. I think there is something to it, but at the same time, they won the game. It doesn't matter anymore. They're going to be on the West Coast.
I thought for sure
the 2 games if they win.
I thought for sure a couple things that happened in that game. I'm surprised Ben Johnson didn't go for 2.
That's what a lot of people were saying.
Collinsworth was mentioning it.
And I wouldn't have had the strength to see the Rams lose another game on a walk-off 2-point conversion.
I'm not mad at them not going for 2. It's just there's just too much at stake.
And
going to overtime.
Well,
chances.
so
especially you're at home too.
Exactly.
So you get stopped on that play. Imagine the scrutiny.
That's all we're talking about.
Yeah, Ben Johnson goes from the darling to an absolute bum.
Yep.
By one play call. So I get it. That's a huge risk. The other thing is the thicker kicker making that kick. I thought for sure he was just going to miss it. I was like, this is the Rams season. This is how it's been all year. Going to miss it. And then also, McVay, his play calling was suspect. Mm-hmm. He was getting weird and wacky. He's out-coaching himself. He's doing something that Shanahan likes doing where he basically almost out-coaches himself.
I think he said after the game it was bad coaching on his part. He admitted it,
especially on that first drive in the overtime. You know what we have not seen, and maybe we'll never see, is the second overtime in a playoff game.
I think there was one. What was it? They mentioned it during the Broncos and Bills game.
Maybe last year.
Ravens Broncos went to double OT when Flacco was still there.
Oh,
that's the last time though.
Okay,
maybe last. I don't know. It's been a while. Doesn't happen often. And that was probably in the old rules days where you couldn't match scores in the first drives.
We had this conversation off air. You win the coin flip. Do you take the ball first in overtime or do you defer?
I think it's kind of changed, right? Where people now are like,
that's why I'm asking, because I thought I knew, and apparently I don't.
Now that you get a shot, you want to have the walk-off. Yeah, let them try.
The other thing is, if you get the ball first, you potentially can have that third possession.
True, that's true. I don't think there's either way is fine.
Everybody chastised the Niners for what they did in the Super Bowl, right? So as far as taking the ball, and then there's always that famous meme of when Fred Warner called it tails never fails, and then he got tails, and he's like, well, we're going to receive. You see Mahomes going. His face lit up.
But I think that you want the ball because then you have an opportunity to put pressure.
Right. I don't think there's
now. Granted, you throw a pick six and then it's donezo.
Right. Well, like I said to Dan, I think it's situational. Hindsight's always 20/20, of course. You just pull off that crazy Hail Mary, right? And the defense and the Rams, they're like, what the heck? Maybe in that situation you do take the ball first. so that they're already on their heels. They're not as rested as they could have been. They go out there and they score. But I mean, the Bears defense stopped the Rams offense. They had their opportunity, but they threw an interception. So
Yeah, I mean, again, hindsight's 20/20. But if I'm the Bears, I probably do go for 2, especially considering how the game ended up. And you roll Caleb out, and you do kind of an option play where you fake like he's either going to run in, and you try to draw a linebacker and just dump it. I mean, that's kind of what happened in the Seahawks game when we lost on the walk-off.
And that's to relate this to the card market. Like last year, I was like, man, I don't know if Caleb's going to work out. And now I'm like, I'm buying Caleb. I really think that he's grown this year. But what I didn't see, and I was confused, was he didn't really run until the fourth quarter.
Right.
And that one run he had was like, wow, this guy's fast. I mean, he made Billy Bob Thornton landman, like just juked him right out of his seat, and he got 10, 15 yards. I'm like, why is there not more than this? Because it seems like the coverage the Rams had on DJ Moore and Odunze was good. So there was obviously men deep, right? He had an opportunity to run, but maybe
I think for a majority of the game, I think the Rams were putting a spy on him to prevent him from running. I think Landman was actually the spy on him. So I think they were definitely aware of that. I think they were like, we don't want Caleb to beat us with his legs. The guy getting and then changing directions into another game, which C.J. Stroud had probably one of the worst games I've ever seen a quarterback have in a playoff game.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he running? He obviously was struggling seeing the coverage and throwing the ball. Why wasn't he getting out of the pocket? Why wasn't he running more?
Maybe they've seen too many of the Jaden Daniels videos and the Patrick Mahomes videos of guys, the quarterbacks getting hurt when they run. I don't know. Maybe it's just like, hey, we got to facilitate the ball nowadays. It seems like the running quarterback this year generally, like even Lamar Jackson hurt. Yeah. There's less running quarterbacks nowadays because they just don't last.
I think you're right. I think it's that there's so much money being put into these guys. They are probably being instructed, and you can't be so fast and loose anymore with your feet.
I think when we're at the win or go home,
that's different. Sure.
You gotta put he gets hurt,
But at the same time, like you said, these are the best teams in the league, and they're there for a reason. These defenses are probably be on the lookout for a run. Be on, like you said, the Rams probably had a spy on Caleb Alldale to prevent that. I would imagine the Patriots maybe something similar.
I think C.J. Stroud was one interception away
from getting benched,
from throwing his last ball ever as a Houston Texan.
Boy,
because I don't think I think D'Amico Ryans, I think if he actually makes that decision and benches him, I don't think there's any coming back from that.
But he gets him to the playoffs every year.
He does.
So it's like it could be worse. It could be like a Zach Wilson who had 2 years of opportunities to do something and he couldn't.
But that loss has to go on him. 5 interceptions?
Something like that. And then he fumbled the ball 5 times, remember, didn't matter because they destroyed the Steelers. But he fumbled the ball 5 times.
If I'm the Texans defense, I'm looking across and being like, why?
Right.
Like, what's going on here?
To get back to the card market here, and I've actually got a few guys that I want to talk about that aren't on this list. Let's start with you. You're just talking about C.J. Stroud. Are you buying, selling, holding? What are you doing with C.J. Stroud's cards?
I don't think you can sell right now because I just talked about it. I did a video of the breakdown talking about how I actually was like, look, his price is compared to what he was. I think a silver PSA 10 was $300 for his rookie card, which I said compared to what that was a few years ago, compare that to other playoff QBs, he's way under. There's a reason, clearly, that people are like, no, we're out on CJ. And I felt like a fool thinking maybe the Texans' defense is good enough that it'll lift them here, and maybe they get an upset victory, and then you might say, okay, CJ's still there. He's the guy, but I don't think there's any selling because that was upwards of a $2,000, $2,500 card not that long ago. I know you kind of have to hold just to hope he can get it back on track.
I know they've had some injuries, obviously, like Tank Dell was out for the year. Nico Collins was out. I get that, but he has regressed. His third year.
Every year
his rookie year was great. He's regressed. Even though they made the playoffs, he's regressed every single year.
Yeah.
He is trending in the wrong direction to the point where the Texans probably need to consider either drafting a quarterback or signing a quarterback in the offseason.
But my question to you guys is this: why don't we bring that same energy for Josh Allen? He's actually failed more times than C.J. Stroud, but we're still like, Josh Allen's top 3 in the league.
Look at what he did.
He lost that game for them.
Here's the thing
100%
with the Texans
lost
is
the game.
how many, literally every year we go, man, that Texans team, they got a lot of weapons. They got a lot of really interesting pieces on that offense. And like you said, every year it's gotten worse. Josh Allen had nobody, and he still had him a play away. You can make an argument. I know that interception was incredible, but there's like it looked a little iffy. Like you could say, did he actually get that pick that the Broncos? I can't remember the player who snatched it out of the receiver's
But the fumble
hands.
at halftime was
Sure.
absolutely.
I'm not saying that there weren't things that
I think
there are things you could pin on him, but I think what he did with not nearly as much help in the passing game, that is a testament to how good he is.
You look at that Brandon Cooks call. Like I don't know how they called that an interception.
Because they called it the other way with Devontae Adams.
Yeah. I don't.
Right.
I mean, Adams was down.
Yes.
But I also think Brandon Cooks was down. And that's the game right there.
Yeah.
The game is over. Like, they're in field goal range. They basically go, they kick a game-winning field goal.
And
the game is over, and they win.
Yeah.
And
Sean McDermott still has a job.
McDermott has a job, and we're talking about Josh Allen today as here he is. This is his time.
But and I'm in the same boat with you guys. I like a fool continue to bet on Josh Allen. Like there's something about him that I like. There's something about him that I think everybody likes. But he is literally like he just gets a hall pass for all of these failures. I mean, how many playoffs now have he's been bounced out of? He hasn't gotten to the Super Bowl. It's like 6 or 7 years. I know a lot of those were Mahomes, and they were, back and forth games. But this was the year for Josh Allen with no Mahomes, with no Lamar in the way, with no Joe Burrow in the way. Like he is of that generation, and he was the guy to get back and have an easy path with the most experience. Yeah, that way he's throwing to Brandon Cooks, he's throwing to Shakir. He doesn't have. But he also has probably the best running back in the AFC on his team.
That's true. The defense not as there was just too many question marks, I think, about this Buffalo team this year. Or you're right. It should have been the moment. It should have been Josh Allen's moment to be like, who's in your way? No one's in your way. And just the timing could not have been worse with the actual personnel around him. Maybe it changes next year. Maybe there's just this new hope, new stadium, all that stuff. Maybe they get rejuvenated. They add some guys in the offseason. Because I think they probably look at this as like, what a missed opportunity that we had. All those guys are not in his way, and they couldn't do it. And now it might be Jarrett Stidham in the Super Bowl, not Josh Allen.
Right.
It's nuts.
Yeah. And then I feel bad for Patriots fans because they're basically like,
don't feel too bad for them.
Well, no. I mean, I guess you hate to be the team that's like, well, your opponent's records this year were 85 and 150, and then you had to play Herbert and Stroud and now Stidham, and it's so easy to get to the Super Bowl.
You play
who's in front of you.
You play who's in front of you. I mean,
I don't feel bad for a franchise that has the most Super Bowls in the history of Super Bowls, but
no. If they go and play the Seahawks and beat the Seahawks, that's the best team. Yeah. Then there's no questions anymore, right?
Okay. Well,
or the Rams.
Pump the brakes.
I'm just saying.
Pump the brakes. I actually like our matchup against the Seahawks.
Yeah. Whoever wins in the NFC, I think, is winning the Super Bowl. Let's put it that way.
I don't want that to happen, but yeah, I would.
It feels like that's the quote unquote. That is the Super Bowl.
And I'm not being a homer here. I do feel like out of the 4 teams that are left, I think the Seahawks and the Rams are probably the 2 best teams.
They're the 2 best.
Because the Patriots probably should have lost the game. You fumble the ball that much. Like their offense did not look great. Their defense looked really good, but was that their defense or was that C.J. Stroud just completely losing grasp of like what they were trying to do?
2 things can be equally true, right?
Yeah, I mean,
that's what it is.
Should have brought in Davis Mills.
Yeah.
The Stanford great.
Yeah.
I mean, call me crazy. Let's do this. We can get right into this buy, sell, hold here. So, I mean, we could start with Sam Darnold. Are you buy, sell, or hold on Mr. Sammy D, Mr. Oblique Injury?
Sam Darnold, who, despite the absolute shellacking of the 49ers,
Didn't have a good stat line.
no,
No.
didn't
have
need
to.
You-
Didn't need to.
They won the game on the kickoff. Let's face it.
You look at Sam Darnold's stats.
Had a worse game than Brock Purdy.
Now, don't even look at the score, and you're just literally looking. This is what Sam Darnold did. It was like, 12 for 19, 150 some odd yards. You'd be like, oh, the Niners won. The Niners won, or Sam Darnold didn't finish the game.
Right.
I mean, the JSN touchdown was a great pass. It was right in the corner.
Yeah,
it was
he did
perfect.
he did what he had to do. And you know what? Probably for the Seahawks are like, thank God. Because I bet, yes, he went out there they were talking, the oblique injury. The oblique injury. Well, they just ran the ball down the Niners' throats and got some great special teams play, got some great defense. They
Which
didn't need that.
which
They
the
didn't need it.
Niners probably knew was going to happen, and they prepared for it, and it still happened.
12 for 17, 124 yards.
Oh,
124?
Yeah. Versus Brock Purdy, 15 for 27, 140. So,
it's a good first quarter.
right.
And Brock Purdy apparently ran for 405 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I think it's a real stat.
That's great.
No,
That's
that's
how much he ran
That was a
around.
real stat. Sam Darnold,
I think you got to sell right now.
I think you got to sell. I don't know why you would hold. I think you got to sell.
Yeah, because how much more is it going up?
I don't think-
Because he's not going to be the guy who gets the flowers for a Super Bowl victory, right? Like, it's going to be their defense. That's what they're going to say won them a Super
Cooper
Bowl.
Cup was showing up
Coop.
a little
bit.
There's a lot of Coop in the stands.
I
I'm like,
mean,
what's happening?
that-
What year is this?
That was the best game of his season.
Definitely was.
I didn't realize he had such a bad season with them.
Well,
he was
I mean, nobody-
he was averaging
Yeah.
3 catches a game.
He just wasn't part. Yeah, he just wasn't part of the offense.
He had
really.
5 against the Niners at half.
Yeah.
Well, I think JSN only had like 2 or 3 catches. Granted, one of them was a touchdown. But I think they did blanket him pretty well, but it left the rest of the guys open.
I
in that
also
regard.
feel that, like, for whatever reason, watching that Niners-Seahawks game, when the Seahawks had the ball, it seems like they were starting in Niners territory.
Basically every
Like
time.
it was like, okay, they got the ball at the Niners 35.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, little
Fumbles.
10-yard play,
Yeah.
a 12-yard run by Kenneth Walker,
Had
and
to go
then
for
you're
it on fourth down way earlier than they probably would have liked to. Couple of very costly fumbles right around the 50.
I think
Or
Morstead
turnover.
had his first punt like later in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Which was ridiculous because I'm like, the Niners only have 6 points.
Yeah.
Again, the Seahawks, Kenneth Walker, 19 carries for 116 yards. He averaged over 6 yards a carry.
Yeah,
That's-
looked like it. And
that's-
then
that's-
Charbonneau was having a good game until he got injured.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, he was at 4 yards a carry before he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean it was a shellacking. It was a what they call the kids call it the BTA. It was the BTA, the belt to ass was happening, and you know
Wasn't
give them credit for that. And it just that we didn't have any answers for what they were doing. I mean, it really like you say, like you look at the stat line, it doesn't make sense. It's those 4th downs that we couldn't convert on. I mean, I don't even know what the hell. Shanahan kind of reminded me of a little bit of Sirianni, yelling at guys in the sideline a couple times.
There was a little.
He really let that timeout that didn't really get called in real time. He was really upset about that to the point where he called some kind of play that I think he just used the randomizer to pick.
Oh, the old use check
Ask
option.
Madden. Yeah.
Yeah.
He pressed the Ask Madden
he
button.
pressed the ass around. He did. He totally did.
Yeah,
That one was like, what are we doing?
that play, as soon as it was hiked, everybody was probably like, "That's not going to work.
No.
That's not gonna work."
And yet, I don't think any of us believe in Darnold to be the guy here. So
I think
good
the
for him to get to the point where he's at.
Yeah.
That's where
he's
it is.
getting the monkey off
Good
of
for
his
him.
back, for now. He's he won that Week 18 matchup to get the first seed, and now he won the first playoff game of his career. So it's a good situation for Darnold, but I still don't believe his car. I don't. He's just not like the sexy quarterback that people go to shows and look for.
Well,
you know,
okay,
$515, by the way, is last sold PSA 10 silver. $515.
that's actually more than I thought.
2018 rookie class, right?
Yep.
Okay. Jets,
Yes.
Panthers.
49ers.
49ers,
The Kyle Shanahan school of backup quarterbacking.
Vikings.
Yep.
Seahawks. This dude's a franchise quarterback. Why has he been on 5 teams?
5 teams in 7 years.
Yes.
Well, one obviously he gets drafted, doesn't work out, then bounces around, again goes to the Niners.
But he
where
didn't.
You just be a backup QB, and then you'll just go get paid. This is what's
how
happening.
bad do you feel you're a Jets fan and you basically gave up on Darnold for Zach Wilson? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it was, and I
Geno
thought,
Smith too.
Yeah.
There's all these.
And-
there's so many guys who
and
have come
as
through.
and as of yesterday, I thought Zach Wilson was a Bronco.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, we thought you were almost right. Where you're like, hey, what if Bo Nix goes down?
We're gonna have Zach Wilson, but no, we're gonna have Jarrett Stidham. So, wish somebody would have corrected me on that.
I do. Well, shows us how much we're really paying attention to the.
So are we all selling Darnold?
Yeah. I think you
Okay.
have to.
Let's go to Stidham. We're going a little out of order than this photo, but let's go to Stidham. And the one thing that I was like, the one thing that I think might save Stidham is that if you look at what Bo Nix has done, he's only thrown 25 touchdowns this year compared to 46 Stafford, 34 Goff, 31 Drake Maye, 30 Prescott. Like, I mean, 25 is a decent amount, but he wasn't in the candidate for MVP. He wasn't in the candidate for Offensive Player of the Year. So to me, it's like, yeah, he's a great game manager. I think he's got some legs on him that he can run for some for some first downs. But I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. So I don't know how much you really lose with Stidham.
So you're saying the Broncos are gonna win?
I'm actually thinking that I think people are sleeping on the Broncos.
I mean, this was the narrative all year. Is Nick's really that good? Is he actually that good? Is this Broncos team actually that good?
Well, we will find out.
We're certainly
We're certainly going to find out.
We're gonna have 2 teams where everyone went, are they actually good in the AFC Championship?
I just
game?
don't think you can count out Sean Payton. The guy's done it for years. The guy's done it with the Saints. The guy's the most experienced, maybe with the exception of McVay. I mean, he has more experience than McVay, but McVay's got a lot of experience in the playoffs. You've got Vrabel, and then you've got McDonald, who don't really have a lot of playoff experience.
No.
So out of all of the coaches that are remaining, you've got a guy that's really been there and understands what it takes to win games.
I think if we're gonna go by coaches' rating, I think you gotta put McVay ahead of Payton, just because Payton was out of football for a while.
True. But he's been back for 3 years now? Because he went with that whole
I
Russell Wilson
think the
debacle.
consensus is I think most people would put McVay ahead of that list,
He's
and then
the
you would,
number one.
and then I would probably say Payton.
Yeah, so he's won regular season. He's 184 and 108. Postseason, he's 10-9. So 10 wins and 9 losses. Let's say Sean McVay coaching record. Sean McVay is
Pretty good.
10-5 postseason record. 92 and 57. So a few less games, but yeah, I mean, I think they're pretty much pretty comparable, and they both won 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah. So, look, if we're going back to Stidham, I'm just looking right now at his starts. Last start was
2023, right?
Was 24 actually, or 23 season. You're right.
Raiders.
Last game, yeah. Actually, it goes to the Broncos and plays against the Raiders. Had 2 starts actually at the tail end of the 2023 season with the Broncos.
So that maybe they benched Russell Wilson at that point?
Yeah, exactly. Won a game against the Chargers, 224 yards, 20
So
32.
he's been in the Broncos system for
This is now his third
30.
season,
Okay,
or
so
second full season.
I mean, he knows the offense.
Yep.
He does.
I mean, the NFL.
Hasn't
The
thrown a
NFL.
pass in a game though since the 2023 season.
The NFL. They're not. They don't want to market a Jarrett Stidham, Sam Darnold Super Bowl.
Absolute nightmare. That's a nightmare. for the NFL.
Or worse. What about Jarrett Stidham, Drew Lock?
Oh God. Hey, Drew Lock revenge game? Come on now. Now we're talking. Actually, that's good.
No.
We got narratives.
No, it's you can't spin that for a week.
I mean, are you holding Stidham
No.
or?
I think you gotta. I think you could. You could. I mean, how much is a Jarrett Stidham car? I think you gotta buy.
Well,
right?
I don't even think it's. I think the people that are wetting their closet and dusted off like their 2019 rookies or whatever year it was. Was he a 2019 rookie?
He was a 2019.
Okay, so they're going through their contenders cards or their
There
Prism
was a
cards
time
to
where
see if they have them.
He was the heir apparent
A
of
little
Tom
bit.
Brady, though.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, so this is now. I don't think the card data is totally up to date here because the last sold on Card Ladder, last sold silver Prism for Stidham PSA 10 is $16 back in June.
Well, who in their right mind has been searching eBay
Sure.
for Jarrett Stidham
No.
cards?
Well, here you go. I did find this though. PSA 10 base Prism rookie, January 18th, sold on eBay auction, $54. $54 for Jarrett Stidham right now for a shot at the Super Bowl. I'm good.
I mean, it has to go. I mean, if he's in the Super Bowl, that card has to go up. What, 3, 4, 5 times?
At least. I mean, it is the chance.
Even if he does,
to go
even
up
if he
a
doesn't
little.
win, I think you buy now, and you sell leading up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You don't chance it because he loses in the Super Bowl. I think you're back to having
an
an
$18
$18
card.
I'm
card.
starting to convince myself that I might be putting my money on the Broncos because you also have a young team in New England who does not have a rivalry with Denver, of course, right? I mean, they're going to be going to Mile High. They're a young team. They're inexperienced at coach, going against an experienced coach in Mile High. And Drake Maye had a ton of turnovers.
If the Patriots play the same game that they played against the Texans, then you're right. The Broncos are going to win, and it's not going to be close, regardless of who's playing quarterback.
Right.
Now, did Surtain get hurt or did he come back?
I don't know what I feel like it kind of got lost in the Bo Nix stuff where everybody was talking about that. Looks like he's fine. Doesn't seem like there's any issues.
Because that guy quietly is a top 5 in the league, if not the best.
Not even quietly at this
Yeah.
point. I mean, he is former defensive player of the year. This guy is one of the best in the league. Yeah, he is the true X factor. Is that defense?
And you got two of my favorite Niners of all time on there too, Hufunga
Yes.
and Greenlaw. Greenlaw's
Yes, they do.
nursing a hamstring, but Hufunga made some plays.
He made a big play.
He made a big play.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So, look, hey, Broncos. The only other Super Bowl in Santa Clara was won by the Denver Broncos, and here they are once again.
Do you also hear that the last 3 popes, the Seattle Seahawks, have been to the Super Bowl?
Yes.
The last 3 popes got, and then we're in that year again with the new pope.
We thought that maybe the power of a Chicago Pope would bring the Bears to the promised land. Not quite. There was a real discussion we were having with our social media team of if the Bears were to have made the Super Bowl, does the Pope show up? And we won't know now.
No.
But I would have said yes. I think he would have. The first American Pope go to the biggest American sports spectacle to root for his hometown team.
Well,
You have to go.
Isn't Obama a Bear fan too? I mean, he's
Yes.
from Chicago, right?
Look,
So,
they would share a suite.
yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I think.
It would have been a huge event. This is why the Bears going to the Super Bowl would have been great. But, oh, well.
Well, not that great.
Well, anyway. No offense.
I was trying to reverse curse on Dan, but I'm like, oh, you guys got this game because I'm like deep down inside, I'm like, I want the Bears to win, but didn't happen.
Oh, I didn't
not
go. Look, I'm a Rams fan. I don't go into any game super confident that we're gonna, dominate. Like, I knew it was gonna be a close game. It didn't. I didn't think our defense was gonna play as good as they did. I really thought we were gonna lean heavily on the offense, like we have, and you could say that McVay and Stafford had probably their worst outing of the season.
Yeah. I think that's
You
fair.
guys didn't play well against the Panthers either, so it's like it's
Maybe
not
we're-
the cardiac. We got the cardiac Rams, it's not the cardiac
This is-
Bears.
This
Or
such
we're
a-
setting it up for barely beat the Panthers, barely beat the Bears, and then we blow out the Seahawks.
This whole conversation is really driving home it's a microcosm of the entire season. I don't know if we've been across the board said this team's so good. This team's nothing like blah blah blah. What a dominant squad. Every single team we've been like, I don't like it. Are they that good? Or I don't like this quarterback situation. Or some weaknesses here and there. Like every single team, there is holes.
I mean,
and that's why Vegas has made so much money in the playoffs, because it's literally like you're better off. Like if you're thinking about betting on a game, you might as well just flip that coin, and the coin decides who you're going to pick, because it's literally like hit or miss. I will say before we move on to Stafford and May, I'm talking about buy, sell, or hold, is you know what really irks me? And you know what? Seattle beat us. They BTA. They have the right to go out on Instagram and make reels and talk crap. And you know what? They won. That's great. But the damn Raiders and Cowboys fans, shut the hell up. Like, come on.
Oh, yeah, don't talk.
Dude, there's so many Raider fans that are like, ha, 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 ha. Like, dude.
Yeah. You have the number one pick.
You guys have 2 wins.
You have the number 1 pick.
You know the last time the Raiders won a playoff game?
I can't even remember.
2002.
Has it been that long?
2002.
And they haven't won a Super Bowl since the 70s, correct?
80s.
80s? Okay.
Yeah. Still.
80s.
Still.
But
the Cowboys had, they won the Super Bowl in 95, but I mean,
they haven't
we're in the
won
same boat.
it. I mean, what are we? 24 years since they won a playoff game.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And I want to say they've only been to the playoffs maybe twice.
Since then?
Since then.
Yeah, that's right.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like, I know it's for clicks, but it's just like, you got to have a little bit like maybe if the Chiefs fans talk crap, like, okay, you guys, you're freshly out of a strong run, and you didn't make the playoffs, and you're laughing because we didn't get a chance to play you, and now we don't get a chance to play anybody. I get it, but like just this like mad talking from Raider fans.
But you think that
Cowboy fans.
There's something about like those fan bases though. Like you didn't see the Cardinals fan base come out and start making videos.
No. I mean, I didn't even see any Rams fans talking. It was maybe a few of them, but like not as much as the Cowboys and Raiders fans that were popping on my feed. It was just like crazy. Did you guys see and Ben Baller? Oh my God!
He got into a fight.
Oh, he did. Well, this
really.
He got into a fight.
So you're telling me we're not getting Ben Baller at Chrome?
He got into a fight. His video, he was kind of unhinged. He had a cut on his chin, and he was like, he's all, I'm not trying to incriminate myself, but you should see the other guy. And I'm like, what? Like, what are we doing here?
Well, before the game, he tweeted this. There is no way Niners fans pulled up to Philly this deep. I swear to God, there might be 25,000 Niner fans in downtown Seattle right now. Where the F are they going to watch the game? Not at Lumen. And if they act up in a Seattle bar, they're going to get packed up. I said, by who? Macklemore or Sir Mix-a-Lot? like, is Seattle known to have some thugs that I don't know about? Like, that are just going to – is there like a Seattle group of Crips? Is that I just like, are they going to throw coffee at you? Like, well, I mean,
they are probably hanging out on the Wi-Fi at Starbucks.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been to the first ever. I've been to the first ever Starbucks.
Yeah, they had a cool little I think they closed it. The roastery there is very nice, cool.
Yeah, I mean, but I've been there, and I wouldn't be like, man, this is a pretty rough neighborhood.
Right.
I could be wrong though.
Look, it's a big city. Every city's probably got
some pockets, but
some pockets.
I mean, I don't think I would bet against like I wouldn't put Seattle's best gang members against LA's or San Francisco's. I think I'm not in that type of game anymore, or I never was. But like, I don't think I don't know.
Well,
he was talking a lot of S.
You gotta you gotta watch the video. I don't even know if it's still up. But it was on Twitter, and he was unhinged.
Oh, he was violently tweeting. I mean, he was like,
no, I mean the video.
I
was like, this is a little much for a public figure.
Apparently, he got divorced recently too, so maybe he is completely unhinged and he's using his. Who knows? I mean, there also. Did you see that little girl? She's probably about 4 or 5 picking the helmets.
Yeah,
I did not see.
Yeah,
that, no.
She went 0 for 9. She literally in two weeks of the playoffs, she got every single helmet wrong. Now it was literally just too many helmets, and she's grabbing them. She got every single one wrong.
Little Sally,
Jeez.
Look, we got to pick a new career. Sorry, sometimes it's good to know what you're not.
It's
good
funny
at
because I know exactly who you're talking about. I think it comes on my TikTok. She never picks the Rams.
She picked the Bears on this one.
And she picked the Panthers the week before.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go.
Over, I mean, it's incredible.
So you should be feeling good right now. She's going to pick the Seahawks.
All right, so Stafford, I mean, it's either him or May, so that's why we're leaving these last two on buy, sell, or hold. Stafford or May is probably going to be the MVP, one of the two. Stafford, obviously, leather helmet days back in 2009 was when he was a rookie. 2008, actually. 2008 as a Lion coming out of Georgia there. His last
2009.
I believe it's 09.
Because he was the year.
No, because Flacco was 9.
No, because he was the year before Bradford.
Maybe Flacco was 08.
He was number one pick in the 2009 NFL.
You're right.
Bradford was 10.
Yeah.
And then Cam Newton was 11. And wasn't Cam Newton the last guy before they slotted like the pay structure?
Yes.
Is he the
Because
last?
12, Andrew Luck was paid on the structure.
Yeah.
Stafford, the last man standing from the 09 draft? There's got to be.
Well, Michael Crabtree was in that draft. I'll tell you, he's not playing.
There's got to be a couple guys because I'm seeing like Pat McAfee was in this draft.
You want to put me against a receiver like Crabtree?
Oh, they were playing that.
Brian
this weekend, too.
Rackbo, there's a lot.
Another word
Brian
for sack.
Cushing, Jeremy Maclin. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of these guys aren't Julian
Is
Edelman.
Jeremy Maclin ever a Niner?
No, it
No.
feels like he should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, that felt like it was rumors for years that he was going.
But a PSA 10 contenders sold for $1,600.
I think you got that wrong. It's a T206.
Yeah, it's just get out of the tobacco pack there. Just smoke them on cigarette. Got my Stafford card.
What was the Turkey Red?
Turkey Red.
Yeah, Turkey Red Stafford.
Turkey Red Stafford.
Well, I mean, he played so long ago. Upper Deck had the license for football, so I mean that tells
There you
you right
go.
there. I mean, so did Topps, and there was no Panini cards back then. But yeah, $17.99 for a PSA PSA 10 refractor. I'm assuming that was Topps. $17.99 contenders.
Yeah, Topps.
$1,600. I'm a true hater, but I think you buy. I don't know. I'm saying buy. I mean, he's
How
probably
much?
going to win MVP. Contenders auto for $1,600.
Contenders Auto 1600. The Topps Chrome Rookie Refractor PSA 10 1800.
I mean, it's good. I mean, for a Hall of Famer.
Right.
I mean, he's. I know we're gonna have this debate, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's a first ballot. I mean, if Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer,
And Russell Wilson isn't. Yes, I agree.
well, now I think I've changed my narrative on Russell Wilson. I don't. If he retired 4 years ago, I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think the last 4 years have hurt.
Yeah,
They've hurt.
They've hurt.
Hurt a lot.
Well, what's funny is you got Pete Carroll, who obviously, I mean 1 year in, it's like they almost needed each other. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Pete did it with Geno, but like when he was in Seattle, not when he was on the Raiders.
Oh, I was like, he did what with Geno this year?
He won some games. He made some playoff games, but I don't know. I think I'm buying Stafford. Okay, so if Stafford wins another Super Bowl, which will kill me. Let's just say.
I mean, if he does, and he does it at Levi,
God, yeah,
I don't.
I'm already prepared.
I don't even know what. I don't know what I have really to look forward to. In just football, do I even watch football
That's it.
after that?
No, you just become like a rugby fan.
That's a wrap.
I think that is a wrap. I don't. What else? What else?
Well, so
Let's just say, okay, so hypothetically, for the sake of this conversation,
Yeah.
he does. Where does that put him all time on quarterback list?
2 Super Bowl wins.
He's a top 10.
Has he won an
top
MVP
10 in
before?
everything.
He's not on the Mount Rushmore, but he's definitely a top 10. I would put him
He's a
above.
top 10
I'd put him above Terry Bradshaw.
Here you go. I mean, here would be the accolades. Let's say he gets another one. That's 2-time Super Bowl champion. This was the first time he was ever a first-team All-Pro, by the way, this season. That's pretty nuts.
And first time that he is going to. I mean, he's guaranteed to finish. Worst case scenario, second in MVP voting.
Right.
But he's never finished high. He's never finished higher than 5th.
He is currently he is 6th in completions. He is 6th in passing yards.
I was just going to say.
He is 7th in touchdowns.
And if he plays a few more years, he'll probably surpass Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers is at 66. I mean, Aaron Rodgers could still play. He hasn't said anything yet, but
I think realistically, Stafford. I mean, he's at for passing touchdowns. He's at 423. He's 2 behind Phillip Rivers. If he decides to play again, if he wins again, I think he retires. If the Rams win the Super Bowl, Stafford, I think, retires. I think that's it. Like what? Because he doesn't really have anything else to prove.
Then what do we do? Who do we have throwing the? We have a year of Jimmy Garoppolo.
You better believe it.
who's hurt somehow.
Yeah, he's hurt. I don't.
Jeez.
I mean, it's tough.
So you're saying
it's tough.
If
It's tough
Stafford got
getting out of
knocked out of
bed.
that game, and he got hit a couple times pretty hard.
Stetson Bennett was our emergency quarterback.
He was the second string though.
No, Jimmy Garoppolo was our second string.
But he was going to play through the injury.
He was questionable, but he ended up suiting up and. I mean, Jimmy G.
So what did he do? Like he was with an OF
model,
and he blew out the back.
It's tough. It's tough because you got to being a backup quarterback. You got to carry around that tablet, and you got to get out of bed, and you have to get your luggage, and you have to walk to the bus. It's a tough gig. Maybe he tripped. Who knows?
Maybe.
But it's funny. He was not on the injury report all year, and in that game, it's like his back hurts.
Doesn't want to be put in that situation.
Sheesh.
Probably he knows. He's got seeing ghosts.
Oh, because Stetson Bennett comes out there and he's the guy. Like we're losing. I mean, I love me some Steady B, but I don't think he's
that's
the
been
guy.
one thing about Stafford is he's been pretty durable his whole career. I mean, he's had a couple years when you guys after you won the Super Bowl, he got hurt, but
and I think he ended up missing the rest of that year because the Rams weren't playing for anything. They had 4 wins, so I think he could have played through it, but what was the point?
Yeah. I mean, maybe his wife was like, I'm going to start dating Jimmy Garoppolo if you don't, win an MVP this year.
Or Stetson Bennett.
All right. Well, I got a list here of QBs who have won at least 2 Super Bowls.
I mean, I would put him like Steve Young. I know this is going to be hard for you guys to wrap your head around, but Steve Young, Matt Stafford, I think they are really, really close to each other.
Look, and this is going to be a hot take as a Niner fan. I think you're being really kind to Steve Young. If he wins another Super Bowl,
I didn't say Bono.
No,
I said Steve Young.
I know.
Not Steve Bono.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying
I didn't
you're
say,
being kind
I didn't
to
say
Steve
Elvis
Young
Gerback.
because I think Stafford might be I think you're might be being too nice here.
Yeah, but
Steve
Young did run the ball too.
Stafford is he's top 5, top 6 to 7 in every major.
But Young had how many?
Sure.
How many Super Bowls?
Just the one.
Just one.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh no,
if
but
he was
he was on the team though. He has
backup.
He has more than one ring. He's
as a backup,
still got a ring.
Sure, but
like Jim Druckenmiller has rings.
that's not part of the legacy though.
Jimmy Garoppolo has 2 rings.
Again, you put 2, and then this is the era he's in with other QBs who've won 2.
Chance Jimmy Garoppolo can get 3 rings.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Steve Young is a 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Right, but
2-time
let's be
valuable
honest,
player.
1.
Most valuable player twice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wait. Oh, it's like 2-time MVP in the league. Yeah, that's the only thing too with Stafford. He needs that MVP award, and then I think that. So
has Stafford never won the MVP?
No, he's never been like 5th is the highest he's ever been.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, and I know there's a lot.
But he's also on a lot of really bad Lions teams. You're not going to give somebody the MVP when they won 3 games.
Well, and I was thinking about this the other day, because you're a Lion fan watching your guy that was your franchise quarterback for 9 years basically win now. What if that trade never happened and they get Dan Campbell? Now, they wouldn't have been able to draft like 3 or 4 guys that helped them get to the playoffs that they've been in and their record that they've had. But do you think with Stafford there on that Lions team now,
No, because I actually think Stafford needed McVay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, wasn't Stafford when Calvin Johnson was there? Wasn't it almost 5,000 yards every season?
It was nuts.
Every season.
That's part of the reason he is here in the top 10 in every single passing category.
But when you're trailing and you're down by 3
Right.
touchdowns and you got to throw the ball a lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I
I hate to say, I mean, he probably racked up in that time frame. He probably racked up more garbage stats than anybody in the league.
I mean, look, the Lions had some years there where they were playoff teams. They were competitive. Like, it wasn't all just garbage time games.
I mean, he
had
Javid Best on his team.
Right. So
I think in terms of like the cards with Stafford, it's probably the safest purchase out of all the four of these guys. It pains me to say, but the safest purchase because the guy is cemented as 20 years from now, you could be like, oh, I remember when he played and he was one of the greats.
Yeah, it's not going to go down. I think the biggest growth is going to be the next guy that we're going to talk about.
And I think it's the riskiest because his prices are the same. His prices are the same as Stafford. We're talking Drake Maye here. We're going to move to Drake Maye. His last PSA 10 Prism sold for $1,650. So that is literally the same price as a PSA Contenders auto. We didn't have silver prisms with Stafford, so we can't compare apples to apples here. But, this is his second year. Granted, it's an MVP type season, and he's top 2 in the league with Stafford, but it's risky. He didn't look great last game.
I am not touching that with
there's stuff that's happening with, obviously, you can make the pedigree of the team that he's on, right? The lineage, right?
Sure.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with the Patriots his second year, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now Drake,
not nearly with the same expectation behind him. Like
well, I don't think Patriots fans starting this season were like we're a Super Bowl contender. I think they definitely are well ahead of schedule, but second year going to the Super Bowl, potentially winning the Super Bowl, and if he does win, you're automatically going to get the comparison where, oh, he's going to win 6. He's so young. They're going to build a team around him.
Vrabel's building it the same way that Belichick built it.
They got Josh McDaniels there. It's like he's the OC. It's like they're just trying to repeat history all over again. And you're going to have people who are going to spend a lot of money on Drake Maye thinking it's going to be the next Tom
because
Brady.
they've already invested in Brady too.
Is this a scenario of because I always think of in baseball with prospecting collecting, shortstop for the Yankees. It just holds a different meaning. It holds a different weight. Anytime there's it's a young shortstop with the Yankees, instantly collectors are like, well, who knows? Could be Jeter. So I feel like we're kind of entering that.
I don't know. When Cody Ransom went there, I didn't think there was a lot of Derek Jeter comparisons.
I'm just saying, right now, Dax Kilby is selling like hotcakes in Bowman draft breaks. And I think if he was a Minnesota Twin, it wouldn't be selling the same way.
Oh, no. I mean, we saw that with Volpe.
Yeah. To me, the prices, and I know Maye's had a great year, this is very much a Maye being the quarterback for this team. Heck, could be the next Brady, like you said. Hey, who knows? That's part of the premium you're paying here, is the chance, just the slightest chance that maybe he recreates the Brady match.
I mean, but if his card right now $1,700 or whatever, he wins the Super Bowl, that's probably a $3,000 card.
Yeah.
I mean, what's impressive about his stats, too, is that he pretty much led all starters at 72% completion ratio. So 3 out of every 4 passes he's throwing is getting caught, which is incredible.
And he is doing it with
not a lot of talent.
Stephon Diggs and Booty.
Mm-hmm.
And
Stevenson in the backfield.
Travion Henderson.
I mean, receivers, though. I mean, obviously, Hunter Henry had a really good year, but Hunter Henry might actually be his number 1 target.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Stephon Diggs has been on how many teams now? I mean, obviously hasn't stuck really anywhere. I mean, he's having a great season.
And
Cardi B will let you know that
he's definitely at the end of his career.
Yeah. There's been some off the field stuff lately.
But he isn't the Stephon Diggs that.
Well, doesn't he have a lot of kids? He's probably got to play for a little. He's going to keep going.
But he's not the Stephon Diggs that was on the Vikings.
No.
He's a different Stephon Diggs.
He's definitely not.
And then the Texans Stephon Diggs was like non-existent. The Bills Stephon Diggs was non-existent. It seems like.
So the fact that the Patriots have, hey, look at
unlocked.
This. The Patriots have rejuvenated a former best receiver in the league, former Viking even, and rejuvenated his career. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, because they probably are, I would say in the draft, they're probably going to go after a prototypical number 1 receiver.
Right.
And you start putting weapons with Maye, Man, you could get that Tom Brady comparison.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. The only guy on this list where a Super Bowl victory literally doubles his price, it's May. Because even Stafford, I
or
don't
like
think
they
it
say,
does it.
is the Super Bowl prices baked in already?
True.
That's why I feel like if you
Yeah.
invested and you've already doubled or tripled your money, I would sell, like, just because, like, the uncertainty of a young quarterback in a big position. He fumbled. Nobody's talking about how badly. I mean, he had 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
I think there was also a couple of them that could have been turnovers
Oh,
when they got back.
he had one offensive lineman that actually recovered 2 fumbles. He probably should have won Player of the Game. It was like Will Campbell. Without Will Campbell, the Patriots lose that game.
Right.
All right, let's get a guess that price, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's been a while. I'm trying to think. I don't know when the last time we did this was. But it's time for Guess That Price.
It was probably last year.
Well, yeah, definitely in the year 2025 we did this. So it's our first Guess That Price of 2026. And we are looking at the players who are no longer in the playoffs. So we are going to be looking at what the most recent sales for these guys are as they enter the NFL offseason. All right, first up, I think a pretty easy one to start. Caleb Williams. Gold Prism, PSA 8 rookie. That's a pretty card. PSA 8 rookie Gold Prism of Caleb Williams. I think I said it before we started. If you didn't watch the game, you thought the Bears might have won because everybody was talking about that throw. Everybody's talking about, hey, Caleb.
Oh, yeah, by the way, the Rams won. But look at this
Rams
throw.
won, but look at that throw. Literally. That is literally what the narrative felt like. It was
Who
like,
won?
oh, yeah, Rams won the game, but
okay, I just want to make sure.
Caleb
I
Williams.
felt like the Bears won the Super Bowl. There was so many videos of people in the moment, which was fun to see. But
I know. It's going to go down as one of those because they already had
I'll tell you
nickname
somebody
for
who
it.
didn't enjoy that throw.
You.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I
didn't like
once
it
he
at all.
backpedaled, though, I'm like, it's over.
They're already nicknaming it the cardiac catch. I saw that.
Yep.
Which is so it's gonna go down as.
Yeah, but you can't start naming stuff when you lose.
But see, there is this weird little pocket of sports moments, iconic sports moments for the team that ultimately lost. I think of like that. I think of Carlton Fisk, the home run. He's waving the home run. They lost Game 7.
I didn't know that.
You know.
See?
They won that game, but they
okay,
lost
well,
the
that's
World
cool because then
Series.
I'm going to remember the Bears winning this
Right.
game then
For
the rest of my life.
Yeah, so there you go.
But like, no, that didn't even happen. The Rams never made a pass
Right.
because of that throw. So the PSA
we
8.
tried, we
when
tried
did
not to.
This sold on January 8th. Auction. It sold via Alt on the platform Alt via auction on January 8th. All right. Let's hear those bids or those guesses.
I was gonna go low until you said alt.
Alt.
where you want to sell your cards.
Yeah. All
Sponsors, maybe you. 17,500.
19,500.
Wow, pretty close.
Actual price.
I was probably gonna hover around 3,800 until you said alt.
Actual price. And it was higher than even that. 22,000, 22.8K. So Dan is ahead.
Jeez.
To start things off.
For an 8.
Oh, man.
I know, right? For an 8. It just shows the stock has gone up considerably for Caleb. All right. We're kind of in Doug's zone right now.
This could be anything, though, really.
Yeah, it's true. Christian McCaffrey. It's a 2023 Gold Kaboom PSA 10 of Christian McCaffrey. This sold back on January 5th for best offer. Again, PSA 10 Gold Kaboom Christian.
I'll tell you what, it probably 10x'd his rookie gold, which is crazy to
I know.
think about.
I know.
God, people love kabooms. It's crazy.
It's crazy how much when I looked on Card Ladder to look up some of these prices, how often kabooms were number one on some of the recent or like top 4, top 5 on recent sales.
Well, on this one, I'm going to do a play on his number.
Okay.
2,300.
Oh,
Doug?
16,000.
16,000.
Dude, it's a come on.
Actual price $8,000. Dan,
I went a little too high.
Yeah, you're
high.
I actually originally was going to say 9,000, but no, I mean, I I don't know his market on this stuff, but like I know gold kabooms just go for
They do.
stupid numbers.
Like
They do.
you could easily get probably his greatest card. You can probably get an NT RPA instead of a gold kaboom.
Oh yeah, there was
100%.
there was a flawless RPA that was cheaper. That I saw that was a recent sale.
Can we just
I don't get it.
just
It was a dual
stop
patch.
listening to the podcast right now and just think about that?
Yeah, it made no sense.
It's
no
just
sense.
there's just no limit to what people will pay for kabooms right now in this
People
market.
like them. People like. The
Do we have?
kabooms.
I mean, we're got to get to the point where like we're gonna have to have kaboom or downtown fatigue, right?
You would think, but it hasn't happened yet.
It's like a moth to the flame, man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just it's the ultimate attractor. I mean, you go out and you put a whole case at a show of just like regular cards, and then you have 2 or 3 kabooms. I guarantee you, it doesn't matter the player.
So,
People will ask you how much.
So
that kaboom.
Right.
is kaboom the king of all short prints right now?
Ooh.
Would you rank kaboom over downtown?
It seems like the hobby would, yeah,
Okay. Would you rate kaboom over color blast?
yeah, because I think there's so
So kaboom is the peak of short printed
It's a
inserts.
good question. What do you guys think? Is kaboom the pinnacle of the insert, or is it the downtown?
Yeah, I
And,
think.
and do you want to see a pinnacle version of a kaboom?
Well,
Bring it back.
because guess what? You're getting it. All right,
Bryce Young, huh?
Bryce Young is next. The Panthers are out, but Bryce Young. I don't even know where we stand on Bryce Young. Honestly, where do we stand on him? Like,
I mean, he turned it around. He
He
looked
did.
really bad in his rookie year and in 2024.
yeah, there was.
I would
were
put him
times.
I would put him above CJ Stroud right now.
Wow.
That's not a wow.
I don't
That-
even
did
think
you-
you're right.
did
But
you-
you're
did-
right.
Did you watch the game?
I know. No. You're right. I'm saying wow because it's like, man, where we were with him, where it was just like,
My problem is I think he weighs as much as my leg does.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's my biggest issue. C.J. Stroud is like a stereotypical 6'5" quarterback that you want.
right.
Bryce Young is, I mean, incredible season for what he.
Oh, this is a nice little color match. This card is really. I just think the look of this card's really pretty. I like it. PSA 10 blue cracked ice prism rookie PSA 10. This sold on January 2nd. So just as the Panthers were
What is
entering
it? Is
the
it
playoffs.
numbered?
I think it's numbered at 99.
I believe it would be. It's a PSA 10 sold on January 2nd for best offer. Just as the Panthers knew that they were the 8-9 NFC South champions.
I don't.
And Dan needs one more to win.
I don't know.
Carolina Mike would like this card.
It's a really nice card. I mean, if you're a Panthers fan, this is an awesome card. Great looking.
You heard the guy that has he's the older guy
Yes.
with the 150,000.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know what? Might have been the buyer,
might have been the buyer.
honestly. All right. Let's hear those guesses.
It might be off. Man, 1250.
1250.
I don't know if people really, really are buying into Bryce Young.
So I
quite
did
yet.
I did 1900.
1900. Whew. This is a close one. Actual price 1700. So Doug gets that
got
one
the dub.
just by $200, just a little over $200. What you guess? All right. Next one. Let's move it right along. You think you might have already seen it if you're watching there, but there it is. James Cook, a black prism, XRC 1 of 1.
Confused by that number.
James Cook.
Is he number 4?
Is he?
Yeah.
Well,
He's not number 28.
well, then I don't know. This is an old school one. But anyway, there he is, James Cook, Black Prism, 1 of 1, PSA 10 from 21 Select Football. This sold on January 10th for best offer. Select, the NFL's leading rusher.
This is a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
This could be anything.
It could be anything.
This can be anything from $10 to $10,000.
$10 for a Black Prism 1 of 1.
I just said it can be
XRC
anywhere.
too.
That's
1700.
1700 says Doug.
I did 3,500.
3,500. Actual price $1,200, which means it comes down to the final card.
I should have gone 10.
I can't remember the last time this happened.
Oh, God.
All right. The last card. You know, I always like to throw a curveball right at the end. This is a big curveball.
Man, I could see a lot of people disliking this card.
Again, we're saying goodbye to people that we won't see again this NFL season, and we watched the last game announced by Joe Buck and Troy Aikman over the weekend. This is a Leaf dual auto of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, and it's actually out of Leaf Halloween, because that is the Black Cat parallel. Bizarre card. This sold on February. This actually dates back to February of last year. For best.
Is that photo elongated? I mean, because he might be part of the five-head club like me on the old.
Who's that? Joe Buck.
Joe Buck.
No, that is Joe Buck's forehead.
Jeez.
That is
Props
his forehead.
to big forehead.
Is this numbered?
It's a 1 of 1.
Oh.
It's a 1 of 1 dual.
But there's
auto.
also probably about 30 different one-on-ones
Sure.
of that in the,
It's
in
Leaf.
the set.
It's Leaf Halloween. If you think about it, it's weird. A lot of big Joe Buck cards because of that tribute set where they had the iconic calls, which I thought was a very cool addition. But this is the only Troy Aikman and Joe Buck I could find for what it's worth.
I think I might have gone too low, but I'm going to take a stab at $650.
Oh, my God.
Dan?
$630.
Oh, my God.
30. Oh, my. Well, the people don't. I think the people have spoken. Joe Buck, people are not a fan, clearly.
I won.
$180. That's
Dude.
it.
Yeah, because there's
This could be yours.
because it's
Dan
not
is the
a
winner.
it's not a 1-on-1. There's 700 of
I know.
numbered 1-on-1s here. I mean,
$180 though.
I will say, though, that they are quickly becoming my favorite. I mean,
I think they're the best.
they're the best.
I will tell
they
you.
say a lot less nonsense than everybody else
Yep.
does. Chris Collinsworth's just full of nonsense.
Yeah, I agree.
Tony Romo's gotten a little stale, even though he literally called. There was a play where he's like, with an extra down, I think you got to take a shot at the end zone here, and he called it, and it happened. I think it was in the Broncos game.
Yeah.
And but remember, Tony Romo was like the favorite. Now
he
now it's
loved
kind of
doing
like
okay, here's exactly what's about to happen, but then that got old really, really fast.
Yeah.
Like, where it's like, all right. And
I mean,
sometimes he
and
wouldn't get it right.
Brady's not bad. I will say Brady's
he's
grown
getting
on me.
better.
Yeah.
getting better.
Brady's getting better. I think this is my favorite duo.
I think they're the best duo right now. I like Tirico and Collinsworth.
I would say I like Al Michaels too when he's on there.
Yeah.
The legend.
I think though they're Buck and Aikman, especially Buck's loosened up so much.
Yeah.
Like to the point where like he's actually pretty funny on some of these broadcasts though.
I've always I think we've had this conversation a lot.
A defender.
I really like Joe Buck.
It's good.
Who's the GOAT? I mean, he's called both sports big games, right?
He has Super Bowls, World Series.
I mean, Jim Nance.
Jim Nance, yeah, I think Nance
He's
really good.
He's the
If
GOAT?
we're talking just play-by-play guys right now, Nance is great.
Well, that's all we got. If you guys want to talk about your favorite announcer, chime in as far as your favorite football announcer, baseball, whoever. And we'll see who we're talking about next week. I think it's going to be Broncos Seattle in the Super Bowl. Those are my picks.
Okay. Well.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go Rams Patriots, and I don't know if I have the strength to go against the Patriots again.
I guess I'll split the difference. I'll say Seahawks, Patriots.
Yeah. Well, NFC West, well represented.
Sure.
Sorry, guys.
Great. Fine. Whatever.
Sorry.
Any
Not that
other
I'm
year,
upset.
any other year, I'd be okay with it.
If
but-
this game was being played in, Jacksonville, like, whatever. Didn't happen this year.
Well, I hope you guys all get EMF.
I'm waiting for the narrative for Niner fans to be like, well, I'm just not even gonna watch this Super Bowl.
No, you're going to watch the Super Bowl.
No, they're
It's
gonna.
the Super Bowl.
They're
You're
gonna
going to
watch
watch
it.
the
They're gonna watch
Super
it.
Bowl.
I
Gonna
mean,
watch
real
it.
quick, we're going off tangent before we let you guys go. One team might practice at the Niners facility. Where does the other team practice at? San Jose State?
I believe so.
Santa Clara?
I think that's usually
Is it San Jose State or is it Stanford?
either Stanford or San Jose State. I feel like last time it was San Jose State and Stanford is what they practice. They actually didn't use.
Does
the
somebody
Niners
use the Niners practice
facility.
facility?
No, I don't believe they can.
They can. They can't.
The NFL is using it. The NFL has all of their stuff set up there, so they do not use
A
it.
lot of interference with what they're running.
From what I remember, it was San Jose State and Stanford were the ones used. So there you
Nice.
Who? I'm assuming the city of Santa Clara owns that substation, right?
Yes.
I have a feeling it's going to be gone in a couple years.
We'll see.
It's getting very popularized. It was really a tinfoil hat 2 months ago, and now there's been research and studies.
I mean, that was actually the storyline. Like, you go on Twitter, and Barstool even picked it up.
Yeah.
They were talking about it.
Well, yeah, and I didn't know because you're like, well, the Niners have practiced there since forever. Because even when we were in San Francisco, they practiced there because that was, whatever they call it, the Barlow Way right there. It's always been the practice facility. But in 2014 is where they went from, like, it's something crazy. They increased the electric function by 2,000% in 2014.
Because they had a new stadium.
Right, because they had a new stadium. They had a lot of development going around there, and they needed to increase the amount of output of wattage. So 2,000% from 2013 to 2014 in electromagnetic functions.
You think the Niners as an organization are probably have some people on that, right? Like trying to do some research. They probably don't want to shine much light on it.
Well, I think there was a letter floating around in 2010 when maybe the Niners were in talks of putting the stadium there, and I think at the same time the electrical substation came up, and who knows? But it was kind of like, well, if the Niners want it to move, then they're going to have to pay $20 million to move it somewhere.
Tough negotiation to try to get potential free agents to want to come to your market. If you're like, by the way, you're gonna get hurt.
If Michael Crabtree makes a catch in the end zone in 2013, or Frank Gore runs it in 2013, if Jimmy G leads the Niners down the field in 2020, if it's whatever, if any of these things happen, if the Niners had won a Super Bowl, we're not talking about electrical stations right now. We're just not.
We're looking for reasons. But we'll see you guys on the next podcast. Take care. Peace.